Have you ever thought that some of the vitamins you take every day might actually be working against you? For many older adults, popping a daily supplement feels like the right thing to do in a simple way to protect your health. Boost energy and stay strong. But here's the catch. As we get older, our bodies don't handle vitamins the same way anymore. What was helpful in your 42nd might not be safe, or even necessary in your 72nd. In fact, certain vitamins, especially when taken in large doses, can quietly clash with your medications, put extra stress on your liver, or even affect your nerves, and most people have no idea it's happening. At the same time, there are a few key nutrients that your body needs more of as you age to keep your memory sharp, your balance steady, and your mood in check. These are the vitamins that support your bones, immune system, sleep, and brain health as the years go by. In this guide from NutriHub Bliss, we'll walk you through 3 vitamins that may do more harm than good, and 3 that every older adult should seriously consider adding to their daily routine. With real science and real-life examples, this could be the kind of info that helps you feel better, move better, and think more clearly starting now. So, which vitamins are helping you and which ones might be holding you back? Let's find out. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. 3 types of vitamins the elderly should avoid or use with care. 1. Vitamino, especially in the form of high-dose retinol. On paper, it sounds like a good idea. As we get older, most of us want to protect our eyesight, keep our skin looking healthy, and support our immune system. And vitamin A is often marketed as the go-to solution for all 3. But here's what most people don't realize. When you take too much of it, especially the retinol form found in many supplements, it can quietly cause more harm than good, particularly for older adults. Vitamin A is a fat-soluble vitamin, which means your body doesn't get rid of the extra right away like it does with water-soluble ones. Instead, it stores the leftovers in your liver and fat tissue. Over time, if you're getting high amounts from daily multivitamins, fortified foods, or fish liver oil, that buildup can turn toxic, and you might not even notice until your health starts to suffer. One of the biggest concerns, your bones. Research shows that taking more than 500 IU of retinol per day can weaken bones and raise your risk of hip fractures, especially if you're postmenopausal or an older man. This isn't just theory. It's something doctors are seeing more and more. Too much vitamin A disrupts your body's natural bone repair cycle, making your bones thinner, weaker, and easier to break even from a small fall. Your liver can also take a hit, since it's the organ responsible for storing and processing vitamin A. Excessive levels can lead to inflammation, constant fatigue, headaches, or even liver damage that looks a lot like a more serious disease. And here's the kicker. Many older adults don't even know they're overdoing it, because the vitamin A in their daily supplements or immune support pills is often way more than they actually need. Let me tell you about Helen. She's 74, a retired teacher living in Tucson, Arizona. Like many older adults, she thought she was doing everything right. Every morning, she took her multivitamin plus a capsule of fish liver oil to keep her eyes healthy. But after a few months, she started feeling constantly tired. Her skin became unusually dry, and her joints started to ache. A routine checkup revealed two big red flags. Her liver enzymes were elevated, and her bone density had dropped. Her doctor quickly figured out what was going on. Helen was getting close to 3,000 IU of vitamin A each day. Way more than her body could safely process at her age. The lesson here isn't that vitamins are bad. It's that we need to be smarter about how we use them as we age. What used to help in your 32nd or 42nd can start to backfire in your 72nd if you're not careful. With vitamin A, the safer route is to stick to natural food sources like carrots, sweet potatoes, and leafy greens, all packed with beta-carotene, which your body can convert into vitamin A when needed without the risk of toxic buildup. But vitamin A isn't the only supplement with a hidden downside. There's another common vitamin that's widely praised for its energy-boosting benefits, yet in some cases, especially if you're taking heart meds, it might increase your risk of internal bleeding. Curious to know what it is? If you're still watching and learning something new today, drop a 1-inch the comments so I know you're here with me. Let's move on to number 2, vitamin A in high doses. A healthy antioxidant that could quietly put older adults at risk. Vitamin E has been praised for years as a natural booster for glowing skin, heart health, and slowing down aging. It's in so many products and supplements that people just assume it's safe, especially if you're trying to stay healthy as you get older. But here's the hidden danger. Vitamin E, like vitamin A, is fat soluble. That means your body stores the extra rather than flushing it out in urine. And when you take too much more than 400 IU per day, it can build up in your system and thin your blood more than it should. For seniors, this becomes especially risky. Why? Because many older adults are already on blood thinners like warfarin, Plavix, or even low-dose aspirin to prevent heart attacks or strokes. When you mix those with high-dose vitamin E, the risk of internal bleeding goes up significantly. And the scary part, you may not even notice it until something serious happens. It could start with frequent nosebleeds or bruises that appear out of nowhere. But in some cases, it leads to a hemorrhagic stroke, bleeding in the brain, or a fall that turns dangerous because the bleeding won't stop. So while vitamin E may seem harmless, especially in supplement form, it's one more reason why older adults need to be extra careful with high-dose vitamins. Even the ones that sound healthy. Let me tell you about James, a seven-year-old veteran from Florida who thought he was making all the right choices. He walked every day, kept an eye on his salt intake, took his medications on schedule, and even started taking 800 IU of vitamin E daily for his heart. All based on advice from a magazine. But over time, things didn't feel quite right. His skin bruised easily. He got lightheaded more often. And one day, he even passed out. Blood tests showed a serious issue. His blood wasn't clotting properly. The cause. His doctor connected the dots immediately with vitamin E toxicity made worse by the blood thinners he was already taking. It was a harsh wake-up call that James didn't see coming. And sadly, he's not alone. So many older adults are doing their best, but with tools that don't match the needs of an aging body. What works for someone in their 32nd or 42nd doesn't always work the same at 70 or beyond. Vitamin E isn't the enemy. It's still an essential nutrient when taken in the right dose and from the right sources. Most of us can get enough just by eating foods like nuts, seeds, and leafy greens, but when you add high-dose supplements without checking with your doctor, the risks can quickly outweigh the benefits. That's why we need to rethink how we use vitamins as we get older. Instead of the more the better, the mindset needs to shift to smart and safe. And if vitamin E can quietly put your blood at risk, imagine what happens with other vitamins that slowly harm your nerves without any clear warning signs. There's one more common vitamin often found in energy and brain supplements that in high doses can gradually damage your nervous system. Curious what it is? Chances are you might already be taking it. 3. Vitamin B6, the energy helper that can slowly turn against your nerves. At first glance, vitamin B6 sounds like something we all need. And in small amounts, we do. It helps your brain function properly, keeps your immune system strong, and helps your body turn food into energy. That's why so many older adults reach for it, especially when they're feeling tired or want to stay mentally sharp. You'll often find it in supplements marketed for energy, mood support, or nerve health. It sounds harmless, even helpful. But here's what most people don't realize. When taken in high doses over long periods, B6 can actually do more harm than good. Unlike most B vitamins, which the body gets rid of through urine, vitamin B6 can build up in your nerve tissues when taken in excess, and over time, that buildup can start damaging your nerves slowly and silently. This isn't just theory. Neurologists across the country have seen it firsthand. Older patients show up with numbness, burning, tingling in their hands and feet, symptoms that look a lot like diabetic nerve pain or early signs of Parkinson's. But in many of these cases, the real cause was years of unknowingly taking too much B6. What makes this even trickier is how easy it is to overdose without realizing. Many common multivitamins contain 20 to 50 milligram of B6, far more than the 5 milligram a day recommended for older adults. And if you're also using energy drink powders, memory pills, or supplements for joint support, the total can quickly climb to 100 or even 200 milligram a day every single day, for months or years. That's when the damage starts to show. Let me tell you about Mara, a 9-year-old retired librarian from Oregon. She started taking a popular B-complex supplement to fight off that afternoon slump. At first, it worked. She felt more awake and focused. But within a few months, something strange started happening. Her fingers would often go numb, then a burning feeling in her legs, and eventually, she began having trouble keeping her balance while walking. Her doctor ran some blood tests and was shocked. Her vitamin B6 levels were 5 times higher than normal. It wasn't a disease. It was a supplement overdose from something she thought was helping her. For older adults, Mara's experience is an important reminder. Just because something is sold over the counter doesn't mean it's completely safe. As we age, our bodies don't process nutrients the same way they used to. Nerve tissue becomes more sensitive. Recovery is slower. And damage that starts quietly can become permanent if we don't catch it in time. Vitamin B6 isn't bad. In fact, it's essential in the right amount. But when taken in high doses for too long, it can slowly take away things that matter most: your sense of touch, your ability to walk confidently, your independence. So the next time you see vitamin B6 on a supplement label, Take a moment to pause and ask yourself, is this really helping me, or could it be quietly harming me? Now that we've uncovered the hidden dangers of certain vitamins, let's shift gears, because not all supplements are risky. Some are absolutely essential to protecting your brain, your bones, and your overall well-being as you age. So, which vitamins are truly essential as you age, and why do doctors quietly recommend them more than ever? Let's discover the 3 best vitamins for aging. Well, 3 vitamins are extremely essential for the elderly. Vitamin D3, your silent shield for bones, immunity, and mood. There's a hidden health issue affecting millions of older adults in the U.S. And most people don't even realize it's happening. It doesn't make the news, and the symptoms often creep in, so gradually they're easy to ignore. But this quiet issue slowly drains your strength, energy, and mood over time. It's low in vitamin D. For people over 60, a vitamin D deficiency is more common than you think and more serious than it sounds. Vitamin D3 isn't just about keeping bones strong. It's a key player in your immune system, your mood, and how well your muscles work. The challenge: as we get older, our bodies just don't make vitamin D like they used to. We don't go out in the sun as much. Our skin doesn't absorb it as well. And our kidneys have a harder time turning it into the form our body can use. The result: a slow decline that might show up as low energy, feeling down, getting sick more often, or needing longer to heal. Some people only find out after a small fall leads to a broken bone, and when doctors trace it back, they often find the same thing: not enough vitamin D3. Meet Everett, an 81-year-old retired coach from Minnesota. He took pride in staying active, even during the snowy winters. But over the past year, something felt off. He couldn't shake off colds like he used to. He felt more anxious, had trouble sleeping, and after a simple stumble in his garage, he ended up with a fractured wrist. Blood work revealed the missing piece: dangerously low vitamin D levels. Everett started a daily vitamin D3 supplement, got a little more sunlight, and added gentle weight-bearing exercises. And within a few weeks, he was sleeping better, thinking clearer, and moving with more confidence. And this isn't just a feel-good story. Science backs it up. Studies have shown that vitamin D3 can reduce the risk of falls, strengthen the immune system, and even lower the chances of depression and cognitive decline in older adults. If you live in a northern state, have darker skin, or deal with chronic health issues, your risk of deficiency is even higher, and your need for D3 even more important. The good news: vitamin D3 is affordable, easy on the body, and simple to add to your routine. But don't just guess. The key is knowing your levels, getting the right dose, and working with someone who understands the unique needs of aging bodies. In a world where so much feels uncertain, one small soft gel a day can help protect your bones, your brain, and your sense of well-being. And vitamin D3 is just the start. There's another essential vitamin that helps with memory, energy, and nerve health, and most seniors are running low on it without even realizing. Curious what it is. Let's keep going. 2. Vitamin B12, the overlooked key to energy, memory, and nerve health. There's a certain kind of tiredness that sleep doesn't fix, a sluggishness that lingers even after a full night's rest. a slow-building mental fog where you forget names, lose your train of thought, or misplace things more often than usual. For many older adults, these moments feel like just another part of aging, but often they're not. They can be early signs that your body is running low on vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 is crucial for clear thinking, healthy nerves, and making red blood cells that carry oxygen throughout your body. But here's the issue: as we get older, our ability to absorb B12 from food drops sharply. Why? Our stomachs produce less acid, which is needed to release B12 from food, and many common medications like metformin for diabetes or acid blockers for reflux make the problem even worse. Millions of seniors are walking around with undiagnosed B12 deficiency, experiencing symptoms that are either brushed off as aging or misdiagnosed entirely. It often starts subtly slower mornings, tingling in the feet, hands falling asleep, trouble focusing while reading. But if left unchecked, this mild deficiency can grow into something much more serious, including permanent nerve damage, mood changes, and even memory loss that mimics dementia. Marjorie was 76 and had always been sharp. But over time, she started misplacing her glasses, missing appointments, and even forgetting how to cook dishes she'd made her whole life. Her family noticed the changes. Her doctor worried it could be early Alzheimer's, but a routine blood test revealed something else: dangerously low levels of vitamin B12. She began treatment with B12 shots, then switched to daily dissolvable tablets. Within weeks, her memory improved, her energy returned, and her mood lifted. The diagnosis wasn't dementia. It was a vitamin deficiency quietly draining her mental clarity and strength. Unlike some nutrients that require careful monitoring, vitamin B12 is water-soluble, so the body can flush out excess amounts through urine. This makes it generally safe to take daily, especially in older adults who are at higher risk of deficiency due to lower stomach acid or common medications that block B12 absorption. But not all B12 supplements are equal. The best form for seniors is methylcobalamin, a type that's more readily absorbed than the cheaper synthetic version called cyanocobalamin. B12 does far more than support memory. It's essential for making red blood cells, regulating mood, and keeping your nerves functioning properly. If there's one vitamin that can help you feel more alert, focused, and steady on your feet, it's B12. But the conversation doesn't stop here, because while B12 keeps your brain sharp, your muscles, sleep, and heart may be calling out for another key mineral. If you've ever had restless legs, nighttime cramps, or a racing heartbeat, you'll want to hear what's next. 3. Magnesium. The mineral your muscles, heart, and sleep depend on. Have you ever been jolted awake in the middle of the night by a sudden leg cramp? Or maybe you felt your heart racing for no reason while just sitting quietly? Perhaps you lie in bed for hours, tired but unable to sleep, your mind refusing to settle. Most people chalk these things up to aging, but often your body is actually trying to send a message. It's running low on magnesium. Magnesium is one of the body's most essential minerals. It helps control over 300 different reactions in the body, from keeping your muscles and nerves working properly to regulating your heartbeat and blood pressure. But here's the issue. As we get older, our magnesium levels tend to drop, and some common medications like antacids, diuretics, or blood pressure pills can quietly drain even more magnesium from your system. What makes this tricky is that a magnesium deficiency doesn't always show up clearly on blood tests. That's because most of your magnesium is stored deep inside your cells and bones, not floating around in your blood. So you could be running low and not even know it. Instead, you might just feel off. Maybe it's muscle cramps, random fatigue, a racing heart, trouble sleeping, anxiety, or even constipation. These little signs are easy to ignore until they start interfering with your life. All it takes is one small imbalance to throw your entire system out of sync. Margaret, an 82-year-old widow from Sacramento, had struggled with nightly leg cramps for years. She tried everything: stretching, staying hydrated, adjusting her diet, but nothing seemed to help. Her sleep suffered, and with it, her energy during the day vanished. It wasn't until her doctor recommended magnesium glycinate, a gentle, highly absorbable form of magnesium, that things began to change. Within 2 weeks, the cramps had nearly disappeared. She was sleeping through the night for the first time in months. Her heart rate calmed, and so did her nerves. That's the quiet power of magnesium. It doesn't just address one issue, it restores balance across the body. It relaxes tight muscles, soothes an anxious mind, promotes regular digestion, and helps your heart beat with calm consistency. For older adults looking for natural relief from the daily discomforts of aging, magnesium is a subtle but powerful ally. Still, not all forms of magnesium are created equal. Magnesium oxide, commonly found in cheaper supplements, is poorly absorbed and can cause digestive upset. Instead, look for forms like magnesium glycinate or citrate, especially if your goal is to support sleep or ease muscle tension. Magnesium won't turn back time, but it can help your body feel more at ease in the present. More rested, more stable, more grounded. But remember, supplements are just one piece of the puzzle. True health in your 62nd, 72nd, and beyond doesn't come only from what you take. It comes from how you live, how you move, and how you care for yourself each day. So what comes after smart supplementation? Let's explore the small lifestyle habits that can transform how you age from the inside out. Aging wisely, the real power behind your daily pills. As we get older, staying healthy isn't about jumping on the latest health trends or chasing quick fixes. It becomes something deeper, an act of care, of respect for our bodies, and love for the people who depend on us to stay well. Vitamins can be powerful allies. The right ones, in the right amounts, can help boost your immune system, steady your heartbeat, clear your mind, and improve your sleep. But here's the truth. They're not magic. If we take the wrong ones or too much, they can slowly chip away at our health instead of supporting it. That's why it's not about fearing supplements. It's about respecting them. It means asking questions, reading labels, talking with your doctor, and most importantly, understanding that more isn't always better. These days, we're surrounded by bold promises on bottles: anti-aging, brain boosting, energy enhancing. But real health, it doesn't come from a label. It comes from knowledge, balance, and being consistent, from choosing nutrients that fit your body, your age, and your needs, not just what worked for someone else. Here's the simple but powerful truth. Aging well isn't about adding more things to your routine. It's about choosing better. It's about listening to your body, noticing what helps and what doesn't, and making small adjustments that make a big difference, like switching from a supplement that does more harm than good to one that truly supports you. Whether you're 65 or 85, it's never too late to take control of your health on your terms. With clear intention, the vitamins you choose to take become part of your story. Let it be a story of awareness, of strength, of grace. And remember, aging well doesn't mean trying to stay young. It means growing older with confidence, knowing you're taking care of yourself in the smartest, most thoughtful way possible. If this message speaks to you, take a moment to reflect. What's one thing you've learned today that you're ready to apply in your life? Share it in the comments. Let's encourage each other on this journey. If this video helped you, comment 1. If not, feel free to comment 0. Either way, and your feedback means the world to us. And if you'd like more content like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks so much for watching, and here's to living life with wisdom, purpose, and heart.